Hey, what's up, zoners? Today we have a huge and important episode. We're going to be going over every single training camp hype train that I have heard about so far this year, all right? We are in search of the next Puka Nacua, the next Kyren Williams. If a quarterback is having breakfast with a wide receiver, I want to hear about it, man. So this is everything that I've heard about over the last month, but I need your help, man. This is going to be a group effort. I can't go over every single team's training camps, man. So if you have a special person in your heart of your team's training camp, man, killing it, please comment down below. I will be doing this episode again, maybe next week. We got to keep our eye on this, and by the end of the training camp, we will stamp our Puka Nacuas, our next Kyren Williams, and we will have some league winners on our hands, man, that we will be drafting. So, enough of that bullshit. I've got all my notes typed out. I'm going to share that with you right now. All right, man. First up, Dylan Laube. Does that sound familiar to you? Me neither, man. But guess what? I looked him up after hearing about the Raiders fans talking him up. He is a running back from the Raiders, a 6th round draft pick by the Antonio Pierce. All right. So I did notice that he drafted a running back. I just noticed it was super late, and I did not put too much thought more than that. But now I'm researching, dude. He had the 3rd fastest 3-cone drill in the combine. That is the one skills drill that correlates to running back success more than any other drill. He was 3rd, right behind Blake Corum, and we're all losing our shit over Blake Corum, man. He is set to be the 3rd down back and the primary kick returner. With the new rules, there will be some kick return touchdowns. If he is the primary kick returner, that is a bump to him. He led FCS in all-purpose yards for multiple seasons. So this guy is a huge talent. Antonio Pierce did draft him, and he's blowing people away, dude. All the beat writers and all the fans keep on talking about this guy. So keep your eye on Dylan Laube. Next up, dude, I'm going to try to say his name. Andre Iosivas. He is a wide receiver from the Bengals. I'm pretty sure he's that Polynesian descent. So we get a little bit of Puka right there, or a little bit right there. Fans calling him the Bengals training camp breakout player of the year, with him catching everything in the slot and some outside with Tyler Boyd gone. Yeah, The Athletic magazine, The Athletic, named him the star of the training camp. I've never even heard of this guy before, all right? Fans noticing that Burrow is paying special attention to him, and there's all these videos. Burrow goes out, shows him how to run the route, blah, blah. I'm going to be here. I'm going to throw it this time, blah, blah, blah. Tons of clips of it. And then Chase, dude, Jamar Chase has been sitting out practices this camp. And Iosivas, or Iosivas, whatever his name is, has been running his routes with Burrow. Burrow is quoted saying he is going to have a big year. He said, I don't care if it's inside or outside, he will have a big year. If T. Higgins was gone, if he got traded, I would be all over this. This would literally be a Puka Nacua situation, other than the fact that he was a 6th round draft pick last year, not this year. And he did have 7 targets and 2 touchdowns in week 18 of last year. Andre Iosivas, I am sorry I pronounced your name wrong, but let's pay attention to him. All right, man, next up, lad McConkey. I heard a ton about him. And then Herbert got injured. McConkey got injured. Rookie wide receiver for the Chargers. Herbert keeps praising him and says it's like throwing to a 10-year vet. And his strength is route running. And, dude, that's what you see in Puka Nacua. That was his strength, was route running. Drafted at the top of the 2nd round this year. Same source that pushed Puka Nacua. So there's a source on sports radio I listened to. And he said he had ears inside the Rams building last year. Puka Nacua, whatever. And I just kind of put it on the back burner. I ended up having to spend $70 on Puka Nacua on my toilet. Week 1, waiver wires, 2 a.m. All right? So let's not do that. Let's pay attention to this guy. This is the same source that was pushing Puka. Now he's saying same thing about Lad McConkey. It is all Lad McConkey when he's healthy and when Herbert was healthy. He did get injured this Saturday's practice and has not been there since. But, hey, man, that's just going to drive his price down. He's already like a mid-round pick. Let's get it down, and let's take a roll on Lad McConkey. Next up, dude, I owned this guy last year. Keep on waiting for him to break out. He was like a 1st-round draft pick in 2022, tore his ACL, missed that first year. Then he got suspended for gambling last season. Jameson Williams, wide receiver for the Lions. Of course you know who he is. Doing so well at camp, the Lions' fans, the pride of the Lions, are afraid he's going to eat into Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown's production. All these Lions fans are commenting, oh my God, dude, you haven't been watching the practices. Amon-Ra St. Brown's not going to get near the amount of targets he did last year, and Laporta might be screwed too. Well, Laporta already injured his hamstring or his knee or something, so fuck. But Jameson Williams, I've been hearing about him breaking out for 3 years now, and Campbell named him the most improved player in camp from this last year. So this year, I don't know why I put last year, but still, Dan Campbell saying it, everybody else is saying it. Are we going to listen to it? It is worth a gamble late in the draft. Next up, dude, I've been talking about this guy since he got drafted. Keon Coleman, wide receiver for the Bills. I wanted to pay attention to, I've been doing this on my own, man. I've been Googling Keon Coleman training camp every once in a while. Josh Allen keeps talking about how impressive the rookie has been, catching radius being the main reason. So apparently he makes contested catches and his radius is insane. So Josh Allen, I know something about Josh Allen. He likes to take risks. He will throw it a lot into contested situations. So to me, we need to pay attention to this a little bit more. But Keon Coleman might be the fantasy wide receiver to own. And maybe PPR, you'd go Shakir. But still, Keon Coleman, man, I probably will draft in like half my leagues. Tons of sensational contested catches over camp, dude. There are so many videos of these crazy ass, even touchdown catches, super contested. And then Mark, there's been a bad case of the drops for the Bills in training camp. Marquez Scanling, whatever, and James Cook have been dropping balls all over the place. So when you got a guy like Keon Coleman who's actually fucking catching the ball wherever, is making an impression. All right, man. Next up, Rico Dowdle, running back for the Cowboys. He was the best running back for the Cowboys last year. Well, guess what? He might be the best running back for the Cowboys this year. All the Cowboys fans, everything, all the beat writers are talking about how he looks so much better than Zeke, and Zeke looks terrible. All right. So, I mean, I am liking Zeke still. He's my biggest value in the draft because I don't see a world where he does not get like 12 plus touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if he got 15 touchdowns. All right. In that offense. Tony Pollard had so many red zone opportunities on the 5 opportunities last year and did terrible. I think Zeke had like 5 and scored 3 touchdowns on it. So he is still good short down situations, but Rico Dowdle could be a huge benefactor, man. I mean, we know the running backs for Dallas can score a ton of points, man. So Rico Dowdle going super late in drafts apparently is in a good situation. And Dowdle himself did say he is in a running back by committee. So that is discouraging, but Rico Dowdle super late. Sign me up. Next up, man, I've been talking about this guy for a long time too. Xavier Worthy. I think I had it written down like July 22nd, 2024. He catches a long touchdown from Patrick Mahomes and made it on all these websites. And then I have it written down fucking like a week ago. He can't take press coverage. Go check out Xavier Worthy versus press coverage. He was literally getting launched, man. 10 feet in the backfield, like 2 times in one play. But yeah, dude, Xavier Worthy, fastest man in the NFL, right? He looks like the most explosive offensive weapon in camp, and all the beat writers are talking about how explosive this offense in general looks. This camp, I just had to hear some guy, I can't remember who it was, but they were just like, what is the most impressive training camp you've ever been to? And he's like, well, I just went to the Chiefs, and the ball literally did not touch the ground. Their offense is looking crazy this year. They were terrible last year. Look for maybe Patrick Mahomes to go back to being that top 3 quarterback. And then lastly, this is not lastly. Oh, we still have people, man. We still got people. Romeo Doubs, man, wide receiver for the Packers, has been the star of training camp and is wide receiver 3 by ADP. Jair Alexander apparently has had to cover this guy a couple times, and he is saying that he is the best wide receiver he's ever gone against other than Devontae Adams. And there is footage, dude, him making all these crazy contested catches all over Jair Alexander. And Jair Alexander is a great defensive player. So we need to pay attention to this. And apparently he is the first read. So all training camp long, he's been the first read for Jordan Love. So he is getting most of the catches on their drives. So as much as I love Christian Watson for upside, the safe play might be Doubs. Next up, dude, we got 2 more left. I was pushing this guy on you hard, man. Hard 0 running back, mid-round gems. Ramondre Stevenson, man. Running back for the Patriots. Looks like the best Pats offensive skill player in camp. That's what everybody's saying so far. They're saying, man, you can't really rely on anybody, but Ramondre looks good, and he's got a defensive head coach there. And let's see, he lost weight, and he's looking like he is fully healthy. All right, he was looking a little chubby last year. Apparently, he changed his diet, And guess what, dude? He gets the zone blocking scheme that he got in Oklahoma. It's his favorite blocking scheme, you know, that Gary Kubiak, Shanahan shit. They've been doing some power gap stuff in New England since they have been there. And he gets the offensive coordinator from the Browns. All right. So they know how to run the ball, man. Ramondre Stevenson looking amazing in camp. And then lastly, I have not really read anything great about this guy, but I love this guy. I'm still trying to pay attention to him. So I looked a little bit deeper for him. Kamani Vidal, man, running back for the Chargers, drafted by Jim Harbaugh. All right. And they got J.K. Dobbins, who hasn't done shit since 2020, and Gus Edwards. So I'm like, dude, give me Kamani Vidal. Greg Roman praising his vision, 6th round draft pick, but all I could find is he's working behind some other dude. He's like not even running back 3 on the depth chart right now. So keep an eye on Kamani Vidal. Nothing great so far, but he could be a steal in the future. All right, everybody, that is the show. Now you know, man, all of the training camp heroes, all those hype trains. Woo! Woo! Hey, hopefully I earned a thumbs up. Hopefully I earned a subscription, man. We're nearing 1,000. We need 100,000, all right? Just to live, all right? Maybe I could pay off my computer. So help us push past the edge. We will never get to 1,000 or 100,000 without you subscribing right now. So please do that for us. And do not forget to comment down below, man. I want to know your training camp heroes so I can include them in next week's episode. This is Tyler Big Turd Ward, and this is the Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you.